Hi, theater fans. We are live at 5.
We are live at 5. I'm Beth Stevens.
I'm Paul Wontoric, and we have a fantastic guest today who's in an off-Broadway play that we both love.
We do.
Juan Castano's here from a Parallelogram.
A Parallelogram, which we both saw, and we both had a really good reaction to it.
I love a play that really makes you think and
mind-bending.
Yeah, we love it.
Good stuff at Second Stage.
And there's also, Second Stage off-Broadway. There's a lot of news,
yes.
A lot of things people care about. Well, let's start with sad news.
This is really bad news.
Yeah.
I can't say we didn't see it coming.
Right.
But Broadway legend Barbara Cook has passed away at the age of 89 of respiratory failure. She had been she'd been unwell for a little bit the last few years.
And she officially retired last year.
Yeah.
She announced her retirement.
Yes, she did. So she was stopping singing. Now, of course, we know her. Don't you feel like it's like Good Night, My Someone? Don't you feel like everyone's going to play that tonight and have a little moment? We're going to have the dimming of the lights on Broadway tomorrow at 7:45. Well-earned dimming of the lights. Of course, everyone knows her from her Tony-winning role as Marion Peru. Do you say Marion Peru? Marion the librarian in The Music Man.
Yeah, and she was in She Loves Me.
She Loves Me, Candide, and of course the revival of Carousel and King and I.
Sondheim on Sondheim.
And most recently, yes, on Broadway. And of course a cabaret star with Wally Harper. So, and a Hugh Jackman superfan. I was
just going to bring that up because that was one of my favorite Barbara Cook things. That she was she had a big crush on him, and she was very open.
And she saw The Boy from Oz 20 times.
She was
I
think
Hugh Jackman. This is just a suggestion, Hugh, since I know you're watching. Hugh Jackman should sing Vanilla Ice Cream at her memorial. Just a suggestion.
What? Just putting it out there.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. So that's the bad news, but we have some good news.
Yeah.
So Fox has been talking about its live broadcasts for the next year. So we already knew that they were going to do Christmas Story.
Yeah.
But now we know it's December 17th, and we know Maya Rudolph is going to be in it.
Which is there's a great
casting.
I mean, it's like the crazed mother, right?
The crazed
mother.
mother.
Erin Dilly did it on Broadway.
Erin Dilly originated the role.
Yeah.
It's Ralphie's mom. So that's amazing. Of course, this is Pasek and Paul, and they're going to write some new songs for the TV broadcast December 17th. We will be live tweeting that one. That one. And drinking eggnog. They also talked about Rent. So they have mentioned that Rent was on the horizon.
So that's going to be their Emmy. They don't have an Emmy yet.
They need an Emmy. They have
an
Oscar.
They have a Tony and an Oscar. They need an Emmy. So they're going to win a Grammy next year for the Dear Evan Hansen album.
Sure.
And then they'll win an Emmy for one of the new songs they're writing for. That's it.
It's done.
That's it. That's the EGOT plan.
EGOT plan is in the works, guys. In the works. And Grease Live's Jonathan Tollins and Robert Carey are adapting the book for the stage. Okay. So Fox also talked about Rent. Of course, everyone's freaking out that they're going to do Rent live. We knew Mark Platt was an executive producer, along with Al Larson, Jonathan Larson's father. And now we're learning that they have a year. Not a date, just 2018. So obviously, there's not much time left in this year. It's going to be next year. And and this is kind of interesting. Jonathan Larson's sister, Julie, is going to work closely with the team.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but I like the Larson family involved.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Because then we're purists,
They're always involved, and they really are carrying the torch. And there's a family.
There's the Larson family.
Well, and
there's a Rent family, which is very big.
Yeah.
With many Mimis.
Yeah. Can I talk now?
Oh, all right.
So one of my favorite musicals, Once on This Island, is coming back. As you all know, this is sort of one of the big events of the fall. Michael Arden is directing it.
Yeah.
And so they still have not announced Timoon. She's actually the lead.
Any moment now.
Any moment, we're going to find out about Timoon. But we've learned about the gods, and this is really interesting casting. So there's 4 gods in the show. The gods of water and love, and anyway.
Water and love?
Yes,
is that
totally.
One god?
These are the kind of things, and Papa Gay, the sly demon of death. So they announced the stars, and it's very gender flexible. Because
I like the way you said that.
Because typically, okay, so let's see. We have Lea Salonga playing Azule, the goddess of love. So she will sing the beautiful song Human Heart. I can't wait.
That's
Lea
amazing.
Salonga.
That's amazing.
Alex Newell, who of course played the trans character on Glee, is playing Asaka, which is the show-stopping Lilias White, Keisha Lewis, Mama Will Provide. Mama Will Provide is the showstopper. So Alex Newell will be stopping the show, typically played by a woman. Quentin Earl Darrington, Old Deuteronomy himself, is Agwe, the god of water. I know this show really well.
You do.
And Merle Dandridge, who actually hasn't been on Broadway for 9 years. She was, yes, I know. And she was fantastic. Remember, she was fantastic in Tarzan, and she was a Lady of the Lake, last in Spamalot.
A while
ago. She's playing Papa Gay, which is typically played by a man, the sly demon of death.
But they're gods, so who cares?
And Michael Arden made a statement that he said, the gods aren't bound by gods are gods. They're not bound by anything. So, he really wanted to sort of open that up. And so it's really, really interesting. And so previews start November 9th at the Circle in the Square, and I will be there.
Okay, so we have more casting news. This is for Time and the Conways.
Right.
I don't know this play, but some people do.
Brits know it.
Brits
Apparently
know
it gets
it.
produced in England.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Tony winner Gabriel Ebert of Matilda fame will be in it, along with Tony nominee Steve Boyer and Anna Camp, the now married
Steve Boyer, didn't I just see him in Assassins, maybe?
Maybe you did. You did just see him in Assassins at Encores. You're right. Anna Camp, a.k.a.
Fantastic.
Mrs. Schuyler Aston.
We loved it,
and Matthew James are joining the previously announced Elizabeth McGovern, who the Brits know from Downton Abbey, plus us. Tony winner Rebecca Tachman is directing, and decent director Rebecca Tachman. So that's just amazing. American Airlines Theater.
That gives me hope that it's a really interesting play that she wants to do it.
Yes, because she's a super creative,
and she must have like an angle for it. You know what I mean? I think like she wouldn't follow up Indecent.
I have a lot of faith in this woman.
Okay.
I really do.
Me too.
I like her a lot. I like her a lot. Preview September 14th, opens October 10th, and that's a limited engagement through the end of November.
So you're a big Jimmy Buffett fan, so
do.
Escape to Margaritaville is coming to Broadway.
I've got my Hawaiian shirt all ready for
They
opening
did it
night.
out at the Old Globe.
Oh, La Jolla.
La Jolla, sorry, they're
You're
close
welcome.
to each other
Yeah.
in California, where we wish we lived, but we don't. No. So that now they're doing like this little mini tour. They're opening in New Orleans, and then they're going to Houston and Chicago.
Yeah.
Then they come to Broadway in the spring, but they just announced the cast. So Paul Alexander Nolan, who played it at La Jolla, is still the lead, and he's playing Tully, who's at the island resort, Margaritaville. Just go with me on this. and he questions his relaxed ways when he meets and falls in love with a career-minded tourist.
Well, I'm
And so it's kind of like Mamma Mia with Jimmy Buffett music.
You think?
Well, it's like a fun open plot using all his songs.
Like a jukebox musical.
I know less of Jimmy Buffett's music.
I know one song really well.
Well, but there's other songs. Like recently, I was listening to Yacht Rock Radio on Sirius XM, and a song came on. And my friend was like, "This is a Jimmy Buffett song." I didn't know that, but this is going to open my eyes.
Look at you learning things.
So he's in it. Alison Luff is in it. Lisa Howard, Eric Peterson, who's currently in School of Rock, Don Sparks, Andre Ward, and Rima Webb. So anyway, it's starting at the Sanger in New Orleans on October 20th. And then it's doing this mini tour, and then it's going to be at the Marquis Theater. Preview start February 16th next year.
So it'll be cold out, but we'll be in Margaritaville, so it'll be fine. We'll
it's smart that they're doing this little tour because they'll like get it going with audiences, make
work
it a real
out the
crowd
kinks.
pleaser. Yeah.
If there are any.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it.
That's it.
Okay, but we have Juan Castano here, so
Yes,
we'll be
we do.
right back.
If you knew in advance exactly what was going to happen in your life and how everything was going to turn out, and if you knew you couldn't do anything to change it, would you still want to go on with your life?
I'm sorry, what?
Why would you need a machine to go to the future?
Look, can you
You're
help me out?
already going to the future. You're in that time machine.
And all that jazz. Come on, babe, I know a whoopee spot where the gin is cold but the piano's hot. It's just a noisy hall where there's a nightly brawl and all that jazz. That jazz.
Hey guys, we are back at Live at 5, and I'm joined by a hot new talent on the scene, Juan Castano, who I didn't know until like a week ago when I saw Parallelogram. You're fantastic in the show.
Thank you very much.
Are you enjoying yourself? This
Yes.
is a fun play.
Yeah, we're having a blast, and I think we're getting better, each week. And so the more that
So it's better than it was a week ago when I saw it?
for me it is, and I think the rest of the cast agrees. And so we're sort of settling into it more and more, and the more you settle into it, the more fun you get to have.
So when your friends say, "What is this show about?" What do you say?
It's a hard question. I guess I would say it's either about a woman that has brain cancer or a woman that can see the future. And it just depends on the audience member.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you actually kind of figured out like a pretty solid answer.
Yeah, I think that's. I've been asked this a lot, so
You don't play either role.
No.
Who's that guy you play?
I play JJ.
Right.
And JJ mows the lawn.
So yeah, you do a lot of memorable lawn mowing moments in the beginning of the show. But you never thought you would mow a lawn on stage in New York City.
No.
And that making literally your like entrance mowing the lawn.
Yeah. No, Rachel did a great job making it look very real, and
yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. It's very cool.
Is it an actual lawn? It doesn't have the weight of a lawnmower.
It does.
Oh, really?
It does. But I think it would be less heavy if it was actually on, because the motor would help it go.
Right. Yeah. So it's actually. So you actually are. It's
yeah. I
actually
mean, it's
a bit
not
of a struggle.
super heavy, but it is.
Is that your workout?
It is somewhat heavy. Yeah.
You know, it'd be funny if like the final performance you like came by and like a riding lawnmower, just like one shot, just to like try to make Celia Keenan-Bolger like crack. You have an amazing cast. Talk about these people. So I just spoiled it. Celia Keenan-Bolger, who we love.
Yeah.
How's she?
Celia is the opposite of what I thought she would be.
Oh, okay. So what did you walk in thinking? She was gonna be?
You just make assumptions about people, but I just always thought she would be this sort of like goody kind of.
Okay, yeah.
And she's completely the opposite. So just watching the rehearsal process and like how messy she was, and now let me do that again. No, and she's like cursing, going all over. I'm like, she's amazing. You know, and really watching her sort of take control of the rehearsal process. Right. That was very interesting. And I had seen her in Glass Menagerie. Fantastic. And ever since then, I was just like, this person's amazing.
Fantastic.
And Stephen, I've only seen in like movies and TV and stuff.
Stephen
like
who?
That. Stephen Kunkin.
He's great.
He is.
He's great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's very funny. And same kind of thing. Like I wasn't.
You make a lot of assumptions about people.
Yeah. I just assumed.
That's what we learned.
I just assumed, and I was wrong. And same kind of thing. I was very surprised to see just the way he works, and yeah.
You probably thought because the Keenan-Bolgers are like little and perky that you thought like, oh, she's gonna be like one of those.
Yeah, I don't know what there was something about it that I was like, she's like, because when you watch her, it's all so good that you just imagine that it's all very put together. Like, and so that's how she is in life, which is stupid to think. But then to actually watch her go through the process of figuring that out and seeing how messy that can be, and her willing to be messy and go to those places.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So and the play is written by Bruce
Norris.
Yeah, and so he did Clybourne Park.
Yes,
he
which I didn't
see. Very intelligent shows.
Yes.
So the rehearsal process must have been really interesting. You guys sort of all figuring it out. I love Celia compared it to Black Mirror, which I think is a cool, like a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
Do you like Black Mirror?
I've only seen one episode.
Oh my God, which one?
The one with the pig in the beginning.
Okay, no. I can make you a list of like 6 more.
Well, that's an excellent episode.
San Junipero, is that what it's called? San Junipero, yeah. From the last season, you have to at least watch that one.
Oh, okay.
Before the show.
All right.
No, it's fantastic. The pig one is.
I thought it was good. I thought it was kind of brilliant.
No, it is. It's
actually
good. It's good, but yeah, just keep going on it. So how the heck did you become an actor? What's your story? Where are you from? Introduce yourself to these people.
I'm from Colombia, South America, and I moved to the United States.
You grew up in Colombia?
Yeah, I moved when I was 11.
Oh.
And I moved to Florida, and I lived in Florida for 2 years, and then I moved away from my family, and I lived in North Carolina for 4 years. And I got into an art school sort of by accident. I just applied to this magnet school, and I got into it, and
because you were already interested in acting? Because of acting?
No, I mean, there were just all these middle schools that I could go to because I had just moved to this new place. And one of them was like this magnet school called Durham School of the Arts. And I applied, and you have to be very lucky to get in. It was like some lottery process. And it just happened that I got in on my first try. And so I went. And they were casting a Midsummer Night's Dream, and I auditioned, and I ended up playing Puck.
Wow.
Yeah, and so that's sort of how it happened. And I never acted after that. like all throughout high school, I just sort of forgot about it. And
you were like, I'm gonna live off the triumph of my Puck performance.
Yeah, I don't know if it was
try
that.
to top it. I'm just gonna go with that.
Yeah, I was just more interested in other things. I think. And
like what?
I'll leave it at that. Like just having fun, and it was high school, so I was like, I wasn't so.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't like, I want to go learn some lines,
Right.
So. Yeah, and then in 12th grade, I really hadn't expressed interest in anything, and my dad sort of asked me, he's like, what do you want to do? Like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna be an actor. And he was like, what? Like, I've never, what do you mean? You don't act? I've never seen you act, And I was like, no, I did this play, because he wasn't there when I was in North Carolina. So I was like, no, I did this play, and it always stayed with me.
Your Puck performance did not make it back to him.
Right, exactly.
Right, okay.
So then I moved to New York, and that was it.
For how long? Like, when did you get here?
I was 19 when I got here.
And you've been doing a lot of TV and film.
Yeah, that's mostly, it's funny because I moved here to do theater, and it just happened that that's what I ended up doing was TV and film. And then I sort of was like, I really want to, get back to the stage for my Puck performance. And it was just, it didn't, I would get close, I would get callbacks and things like that, but I was never really like booking, plays until last year. I did Lucy Thurber's new play, Transfers, and that's sort of what set things off. Yeah.
You weren't you in one of the Sharknado movies?
I actually was not, and I want to make that very clear.
Okay, let's clear up that
I know
rumor.
it's on my IMDb. You can watch the movie as much as you want. I am in not a single frame of that film.
You were on set.
I was on set.
You just got lucky.
I was on set. I actually never got to film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually never got to film.
Okay, so you didn't have to like pretend like there were like sharks.
No, not at all, not at all. They were just like, yeah, and I just sat there in the trailer, and then they were like, we're not gonna get to you, and then I was like a little offended. At first I was like, I don't want to be in Sharknado, and then they were like, we're not gonna make it to you, and then I was like, what?
I'm right here.
Yeah.
I'm right here. Don't you
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things on your reel?
Oh, Shades of Blue. I'm really proud of my work on that show.
What'd you do on that?
I played.
Who'd you work with?
I worked with Jennifer Lopez.
That's exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
And Ray Liotta a little bit. And I mostly have scenes with Jennifer's daughter in the show, Sarah Jeffrey. And I really, I liked the writing for those episodes, and I liked my work in it.
Yeah. And now you are in a very enviable position now because you are in a parallelogram through the 20th, by the way, at the Tony Kaiser Theater, Second Stage Theater. And then you already have your next gig.
It's true.
You're on a roll, man.
Yes.
Tell me about your next gig. You're at the Public.
Yes.
You're just going from fancy off-Broadway theater to fancy off-Broadway theater. This is what you do.
I'm playing Oedipus in Luis Alfaro's adaptation of Oedipus. It's actually called Oedipus El Rey. So
I didn't know you were playing Oedipus. That's amazing.
I am Oedipus.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's true.
And so it's Oedipus in, what is it, in LA? What's the setting?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's contemporary,
Right.
And it's LA. I don't know exactly when they're gonna set it, but it's modern time, and it's LA, and it's sort of this Latino gang infested, there's a lot of like prison in it, and that kind of thing. So yeah.
You're gonna be a total badass.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be a total badass.
Yeah. Have you play a lot of badasses?
That's mostly what I play.
You're not really a badass in Parallelogram. You're kind of sweet, maybe a little mysterious.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's more of a departure from what I usually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Celia softened you.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Do you have any dream roles? Like any like classic things you want to do?
No.
You just want to keep doing new things?
Well, yeah. I don't really like classic things, and I know that's not like a thing that people say because people want to like play Hamlet and like things like, and like that's understandable, but not really. No, like I have very little desire to do Shakespeare, and maybe I shouldn't say that, but
that's all right.
I
certainly don't mind.
I'd rather be in a Lucy Thurber play, for example. I'm actually playing
Do you have your third job lined up?
I do. I'm actually playing Christopher Rodriguez in Lucy Thurber's Transfers, which is going to be at MCC. And
when is that?
That's going to be 2018
Oh my God.
April.
You're going places, boy.
Thank you.
It's like you got that's amazing.
Hard work.
Yeah.
It's hard work.
So that's the show you did before. So
so we did it at a New York Stage and Film.
Awesome.
At Powerhouse, yeah. And that was sort of like a dream role. Like I remember reading it and thinking that everything I had ever felt and everything I wanted to express, someone had written down.
Yeah.
And then walking into the audition room and meeting Lucy and sort of being like, and this unspoken, it really was.
Wow.
It really was. And then, I got cast in it and we got very close during the process, and I just realized like that's the kind of work and those are the kind of people that I want to work with. Yeah.
So let's say Netflix comes to you because they saw all these great shows you did in a row.
Sure.
And they're like, we want to develop a series for you. You're the star, obviously. Who do you want to cast in it with you?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Dream big.
I feel like I should say my friends, like all my friends.
No, like people we know. I mean, yeah, all your friends can be in it too.
People you know.
Yeah.
You know who I really like, who's not a friend of mine? John Ortiz.
Oh, interesting.
He's one of my favorite actors.
Have you ever met him?
I have not, no.
That's really interesting because you could kind of be like a young John Ortiz. Like the things that he was doing
right, absolutely.
when he was your age are probably like great roles for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Ortiz is
one of my
favorites.
He could be your dad on a TV show.
There you go.
Netflix. Coming in 2019.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So does anything ever go wrong at Parallelogram? Because I know it's like kind of a tricky
all
show.
the time.
Well, yeah,
but that's what I mean. It's like,
people love these kind of stories on here.
Yeah.
Like any mishaps?
Well, if you've seen the show, the play repeats itself in certain ways. It sort of doubles.
Yeah, there's some scenes that happen more than once.
Right.
There's remote control. It's crazy. Go see it.
And so sometimes you're not sure in which part of those repeats you're in.
Okay.
And that can be really tricky. And it's not so much on me. The burden more falls on other people. And
so you get to watch them screw up?
No, I mean, they recover. They always recover well. But I'm backstage, I'm like, is that the line for that thing? You know what I mean? And I actually had a huge screw up during one of the previews, it's never happened to me, but I have this monologue about the birds.
Yes.
And I was talking about the birds, and I'm talking to Celia, and I'm going da-da-da, and then I just ran out of words, and I was like, and Celia looked over at me, and she's like, and it's never happened where I was actually in the middle of talking, and then just
like went away.
Completely.
Like mid-sentence.
Completely. And I just stood there, and I was like searching for it, and then I just skipped like a paragraph and tried to recover as best I could, but yeah, that was really bad. that was really bad. And then I went backstage, and Michael was like, that'll never happen to you again, don't worry. So it made me feel a little bit better. It's like one and out kind of thing.
Yeah, awesome. Well, you guys go see a Parallelogram. It won't happen when you go because he's a pro. This guy has next 2 gigs lined up. Thank you so much. So nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I genuinely love the show. You guys check it out. It's playing through the 20th, then you'll be at the Public in the fall.
Yeah.
What's the name of the show again? El Rey.
Oedipus El Rey.
Oedipus El Rey.
Yeah.
Did I do all right?
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock with another awesome guest. Bye.